Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 28th of March. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the Tarot of Marseille for today's reading. And let me just show you these because I don't use this deck very often. Okay, so the minor arcana cards in this deck, they don't have any images. It's just the number of wands or swords or cups or whatever it may be. So if you're a beginner with the tarot, I wouldn't recommend this deck, because without the images, you don't really have a point of reference to remember them, so it becomes much more difficult. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times, and then I'm going to choose 3 cards to see what's coming up here on Tuesday and what energy you'll be working with. Okay, first card is the 2 of Wands. Then we've got the King of Swords, who I haven't seen in a long time, actually. And finally, the Lovers. Wow. Okay, so first of all, even with the King kind of gazing at the Lovers here, I think it's an amazing opportunity to make great decisions when it comes to your love life. And there's the opportunity for love to appear in your life. The 2 of Wands is a minor arcana card, and that's a temporary influence, and it usually shows a young man holding the world in the palm of his hand, and he's standing in between the 2 wands, and the doorway is opened, and he's looking out to sea. And the card is very much about, I'm going to take charge of my life, and I'm going to take charge of the world as such. So I'm going to take on the world, I'm going to live my life, I'm going to take risks, I'm going to go through this whole journey, I'm going to commit to it, because I have a passion burning inside of me that's kind of urging me to make my life bigger, to explore, to expand. So the 2 of Wands here is super, super positive in the sense that it gives you a great sense of self. It gives you an optimistic outlook as far as the future is concerned. It fills you with a sense of wonder, and you just can't wait to go on another adventure and to see what's around the next corner and what opportunity is waiting there for you. So it's all very, very positive and optimistic, and it's very much about new beginnings and kind of walking through a doorway that you've created. The King of Swords is a court card, so these appear as people or characteristics. If the King of Swords shows up, it's a man who is very, very, who's a genius. He's very bright, he's very educated, he's very fair, even-keeled, he makes good decisions. He doesn't let himself be swayed by kind of any emotional stuff. He looks at the facts and figures, and he's accurate, he's able to work with information. Anything that's ruled by the element of air, which is perspective, communication, the ability to make decisions, he rules this element. So he's in charge of it, and he's able to build new communications as such. So he's the one who publishes the laws and who decrees what is right and what isn't right. And he makes sure that that his people are treated fairly and all of these things. So with the King of Swords here, it's a pretty significant energy showing up, because if there's anything that you need to do that involves communication or even mediation, or you have to make a group decision, maybe a job interview or signing a contract, all of those things, if anything is off in any of those areas, you'll be able to see it, adapt, and really create the situation the way you want it. So with the King of Swords in your corner, you're really unbeatable when it comes to any of these areas. So I'm just trying to think here, where is that important? So yeah, if you are signing a contract, it's important to be able to see clearly what's actually written there so that you can object if something is inappropriate. Or education, study, relationships, having to make a significant decision or putting a boundary in place, or philosophy, the way you see the world. So really, it's 100 different ways, and the King of Swords is at your disposal today, so please use him. And in case of these 2 cards working together, the 2 of Wands is saying, I'm going to take on the world. So if you have the ultra research king of the universe walking around next to you, that's a really valuable resource to have. So anything to do with communication or organization, and possibly even transportation, you're going to be able to manage super easily and super well with the King of Swords being there. And again, if it shows up as a person, it's likely that you can trust that person. The information you're getting is likely to be accurate. Finally, we've got the Lovers. This is the 6th card in the Major Arcana. So this is the big theme of the day. And the Lovers is really that moment where you fall in love. And it feels divine and it feels life-changing, and it's this transformative experience that involves both of you, and it's falling in love with another person usually, or it's falling in love with the world or yourself or the universe or your guides. It's basically, we've got Cupid here with his bow and arrow. The arrow has been shot and it's received. So it's that moment when love sparks into something out of nowhere. Usually with the Lovers, we've got two people kind of standing opposite each other, and we've got the angel at the top. And I love that because it's dual. Either you can argue that the love has been created because some divine force has taken an interest and has said these two people should be in love. Like in this case, Cupid has just shown up and said, okay, here you go, here's an arrow. Or it's the actual connection between the two people that create the angel. It's such a divine process between the two, and the energy that is formed transforms into a spiritual experience. And I like that because who knows, right? Whether it's the people doing... I just like seeing both perspectives. Here we've got Cupid arriving, and then we've got a man in the middle, and he's got two women on either side of him. And I always thought this was really kind of interesting, because it's like, right, so why is he choosing? Why isn't she choosing? Like, it just puts the whole male-female thing in place, which I don't really think is necessary. But I thought about it, actually, the other day, excuse me. And the way I see it now is that instead of choosing and feeling like, oh, I'm so entitled, I'm the guy, I get to choose whoever I want, he's not in love, he's undecided, and he doesn't know what to do. And when Cupid appears, the certainty arrives with Cupid and his bow and arrow, and then he's like, oh my God, I am madly in love with you, and of course we're going to go off together. So if you look at it that way, it's an end to indecision and an end to apathy or being wishy-washy or not knowing what you want. And that's very similar to the Two of Wands with the guy holding the world in his hand. Because it's really, I know what I want to do here. I know what I love in relationships and in my life. As in, okay, I love going, for example, skateboarding, right? Or bungee jumping, or I don't know, I like to fix roofs. So I'm going to do everything in my power to give myself the opportunity to then go and fix those roofs, right? Because I like doing it. It makes sense. So I have to take control of my circumstances, go to the college that teaches me roofing, and then train and work and get a job and do all of these things. So on days like this, where you're able to, oh wow, it's the message I'm getting now by these two cards. It's like you're able to seize what you love and you're able to claim it and make it yours. And with the King of Swords in the middle, who also doesn't struggle with making big decisions, you're really on the money here today in terms of love and your life purpose. And the two are very similar, because this is the life I've envisioned for myself. This is what I love, and I give my love to in order to manifest it and to work towards it. And this is a person who I love and who I'm very certain about. So if anything has been unresolved, you'll be able to resolve it very easily today if you revisit that. Or anything that has been unclear, the clarity will certainly appear on this day here. Number-wise, we've got 2 and a court card, which is 1 is 3 and 6 is 9. 9 in numerology is spirituality and completion. So I think it's the completion of a cycle of indecision. And it's replaced with a new cycle of clarity. Wow. Okay, so it looks like an amazing day. I hope you have a great time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, numerology, and my intuition in my personal readings, and I combine all four things to answer any questions you may have. So if you're wondering about relationships, what's coming up in future, finances, travel, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.